I'll never acknowledge you as my mother. Divorce my dad right now. How dare you get married while I'm away at my friend's place? This just goes to prove how much you two don't care about my well-being. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm the first priority in this household? If I don't allow it, then that marriage is not valid. I'm sorry, honey. Today was the only day that I and your father were able to go to the city hall together. I've been very busy with moving in. Please understand. Don't call me honey. I'm not your honey. And I don't allow you to move in with us either. Why do I have to live with an ugly old lady like you? Ugly old lady? But I thought you were all for the marriage. I only said that because we were in front of my dad. Deep down, I hate even thinking about you two getting married. I didn't know you were so against it, honey. Well, you should have noticed without me having to tell you. Any normal person would have noticed that they are way out of my dad's league if they were you. Really? Oh, stop acting so surprised. Ignorance isn't cute when you're 40. I guess a lot of old people are just like this. You probably don't have a sense of embarrassment. I mean, if you did, you probably wouldn't have been able to live with yourself up until this age. If I were you, I'd borrow money from everyone I can just to get plastic surgery and fix it. Wow, you really thought of me in that kind of way? If it still isn't obvious enough to you, yes. I've thought of you this way ever since the day I first laid my eyes on you. I couldn't decide on which eye to look at when talking to you since they're so far apart. Why on earth would Dad get himself stuck with a lady like this? As you know, my father is an extremely handsome engineer at Megatech Company. He had every single person in the whole country to choose from, and he chose you? I mean, it's true that a lot of ladies were interested in him. I want to become an influencer when I'm older. An influencer? I think that's amazing. And so, I've been working on my social media lately. I have a pretty decent amount of followers, and I was also voted for homecoming queen at school. The next move I need to make is to make sure that I don't have anything on my track record that could cancel me in the future. Don't you see? I've planned out my life perfectly. Yes, I think it's very impressive that you already decided what your passion is and what you want to pursue in the future. And I think it's great that you're planning ahead like this. I'm going to talk about how I help kids in Kenya through a program there on the stage of Miss America. I'll use that as leverage to boost my success as an influencer. Therefore, I can't have you getting in the way of that. How would I get in your way in accomplishing all of that? I mean, my dad is handsome, but my mom was out of this world beautiful. We were known around the town as the best-looking family you could ever find. But my dad decides to ruin it all by getting remarried to some ugly old lady. Is he stupid? Is his eyesight starting to fog up or something? What's gotten into him? I should just have stuck to my mother if I was going to have to deal with this crap. If you really feel that way, then you can go ahead, Tori. My husband and I have no intention of getting divorced anyways. And you were initially saying that you wanted to be with your mother. I really gave thought to it, and changed my mind. Dad makes a lot more money compared to my mom, and people will probably receive the information better if I tell them that I was raised by my father alone. What do you mean by better? Oh well, I'm going to have to give a speech about my upbringing and all of that at the Miss America contest, right? If people believe that I was raised alone by my dad, I could talk about how I did all of the housework while simultaneously keeping up with my studies. They'll think I'm perfect. I mean, who doesn't love a cute girl who's also a hard worker? Even I'm impressed by how mature I am to be thinking about my branding already.
I mean, you're not wrong about it being impressive to see you giving thought to your brand, but...
Well, then you'd surely understand how you're getting in the way of my journey, right? Right now, you have two choices. Either split with my dad so I can go with a single father story, or get some plastic surgery done and fix your face so everyone can think I'm from a perfect family.
I'm sorry, but I have no intention of doing either of those. I'm happily married to your dad and I like it how I look right now.
Talking to you is like talking to a brick wall. How can you not see that you're ugly? Whatever. Fine. Then I'll take initiative. I'll make sure that you and my dad get divorced no matter what.
I don't know what you're intending, but I feel like we should really just have a family meeting once. You can tell your dad about how you feel about me there, and I would really be happy if you could listen to what me and your father have to say. Tori?
Is this Lori's number?
Yes. Who is this?
My name's Julia. I'm Carl's ex-wife and Tori's mother. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. May I ask how you learned my number?
I had Tori tell me.
Oh, okay. Can I help you with anything?
Tori seemed like she had something to say, so I thought that I had to reach out to you to clear the water as her mother.
What could that be?
I'll be just straightforward with this. Could you please get divorced with Carl?
Why on earth would I do that? Are you telling me this because Tori said that she wanted us to split?
That's one of the reasons, of course. I mean, my precious daughter is going to have to live under the same roof as the woman that my ex-husband chooses. She should at least have a say about it too. She's telling me that she's already sensing that she'll end up suffering if you two get married. Do you want that to happen to her?
Of course not. I mean, she's at an age where any teenager would be sensitive toward any type of change. And me getting married to her father is a big change. So Carl and I have talked already about me not being completely accepted as a mother by Tori, but accepting it as is. I mean, Tori is already a senior in high school. I really do believe that she's at an age where talking about the terms of living together and showing that I care will definitely help us accept each other.
I really don't think Tori is ever gonna accept you, and this isn't just about Tori. I want my husband back.
You want him back? But there's a reason that you two got divorced in the first place because you cheated on him, right?
How do you know about that?
He told me everything about his past before we got married. How he was abandoned by his ex-wife. He said he wanted me to decide whether to accept his proposal after being provided with that information, and I told him that regardless of those things, I wanted to marry him.
I was young and stupid back then. It has nothing to do with our circumstances right now.
I heard that you cheated on him 3 times, and that you'd spend money from his bank account from the house to take your other boyfriends on dates and trips. You didn't even do much housework even though you didn't work, right?
I was busy.
You were busy messing around with other men, right? He even told me that you wouldn't make dinner for Tori and you'd just leave some money on the counter so she could get something herself. After hearing all of those things, objectively, do you think that he really wouldn't consider getting back together with you and getting himself into all that trouble again?
None of that matters. He's probably missing my beautiful face by now. I even heard from Tori that you haven't been doing any work around the house either.
What?
Yeah, you've been making Carl do everything for the two of you, just like me, haven't you?
Actually, I'm working just like he is. So we've decided that the person who has the capacity at the time should take over and do the housework, while the other focuses on work. So it's not like either of us are being forced to do all of the work.
Please stop with the excuses. Just know that Carl is meant to be with me and only me. Give me my house back, and Tori is my daughter.
Again, I have no intention of getting divorced from Carl.
Why are you so stubborn? I finally understand why Tori despises you. It's so stressful to even talk to you. I'm going to save my daughter and husband from you no matter what. You better be prepared for what's coming at you.
I'm not sure what you're plotting right now, but if you harm us in any way, you should be prepared to receive some type of payback. You're an adult too, so you should understand that. Tori, I need you to come home right now. We need to talk.
What? I'm about to go to an open campus event, so I'm busy. I'm gonna trade numbers with seniors and build a network. That way, I can use them whenever I need help with anything.
If you're not coming back, then I need you to delete your posts on social media right now.
What are you talking about?
Don't act dumb. You know what I'm talking about. The pictures that you posted of me? Like the one when you took a picture of my face while I was sleeping on the couch? You're trying to spread a bad impression of me, aren't you?
No idea what you're talking about. I'm just showing my daily life to all of my friends. Is there something wrong with that? You just happened to be there when I took the pictures.
You want to become an influencer, right? Well, you're not gonna get too far if you don't know how to take into account that not everyone wants that exposure, especially those who are surrounding you.
What are you getting all worked up about?
Anyone would get worked up if you did what you did to me, and even the captions on a post. Why do you keep writing lies on there?
The one that says that my new mother won't do any housework? Or is it the one that I wrote about you not preparing any lunch for me, so I have to do it by myself every day? Wait, is it the one that says that you ignore me and won't talk to me even when I approach you? These are all facts. I don't see the problem.
I actually do take care of the house. It's just that me and your father takes turns and the one who isn't too busy takes over. And I do prepare lunch for you. Just snap at me when I try to give it to you and leave it at home. And I have never ignored you in my life. You know that's the other way around.
This is all part of the branding. I'm trying to brand myself by giving everyone the impression that I'm having to go through the hardship of dealing with an evil stepmom who treats me horridly. That way, everyone's going to feel sympathetic towards me. As a result, they're going to give me credit for just living with you. Everyone hates you, but they love me. Thanks to that. You know, up until now, all of my followers were just girls around my age and older guys with no lives. But now, even mothers of your age are starting to follow me. And that is a huge step in becoming Miss America.
But every single thing that you've posted so far is a complete lie.
That doesn't matter. As long as Dad feels bad for me and gets divorced from you, and I earn the reputation that I want while getting into my dream college, I win. I'm going to become Miss America.
How many times do I have to tell you that I have no intention whatsoever to get divorced from your dad?
I'll give you 1 week.
Can we please just talk this out? Please? Tori?
Did you not hear me when I told you that I was going to give you 1 week? Since you decided not to listen, I went ahead and turned in the divorce paper for you two. Now you and my dad are complete strangers. I could write a whole book about this story. An evil stepmother tried to rip her family apart, but Tori Stevens persevered and brought her mother and father back together. Now she's become Miss America. This is definitely making to the headlines in the newspaper. Well then, since you're a stranger to me and my dad, I'm going to need you to leave the house.
Shut up. You're the one who's leaving the house.
Whoa, who do you think you are?
I'm your father.
Huh? Stop messing around. I'm not joking. I already turned the divorce paper in.
You're the one who needs to stop messing around, Tori. Tori, you're already 18. You're an adult. How could you end up this immature, honey?
Daddy?
I'm using Lori's phone to talk to you right now, and I've read all of the messages that you've sent to her. I finally understand the whole situation.
Wait, Daddy, it's not what it looks like.
What do you mean it's not what it looks like? You know, I thought that all was going well, judging from the way you were acting at home. But judging from all of these horrible things you've been saying to Lori, I guess I was wrong. I'm disappointed in you, but I'm also disappointed in myself for letting you end up like this.
No, we're actually very close in real life, but Lori and I were just messing around through text. That's really all there is to this. Right, Lori? You can tell him.
Do you really think that's even an excuse? You gave your mother Lori's number, didn't you? You even went as far as to post her on social media in offensive ways.
Oh, wait, so you've read every single one of our texts?
Yeah. Even the way you ignored Lori's kind request to remove the pictures from your social media. And that story about your captions. I did not raise you to become a person who lies and harms other people for her own benefit. Do you think I let you have your own phone so you could do things like this to other people?
Daddy, please just listen. This is all for my future. It was all necessary for me to brand myself and raise my chances to win the Miss America competition.
And it doesn't matter if someone else might get hurt in the process, as long as you attain the future that you want, right?
Well...
You're just like your mother. People like you are always the same. Even when I found out about your mother's affair, and the way she would spend my money to buy things for other men, she would say that it was necessary, because she needed to interact more with other people and learn about the world, whatever that means.
Mommy cheated on you?
Yeah, over and over again. That's why she and I ended up splitting.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, that's the reason why we had to get a divorce. I told Lori about this already, and I thought that I should tell you too, since you're almost an adult. But now, you're also trying to hurt others, just like your mother. You've been plotting to spread a story that Lori tore me and your mother apart, and get pitied for it, right?
No, this was all just a big misunderstanding. Don't worry. Now that I know what really happened, I'll accept her as my mother. It's all okay.
No, Tori. It's not okay.
Of course it is. We can just continue on with the lives that we're living right now.
I'm sorry. That's not gonna happen.
Uh-huh. What does that mean?
It means that after everything you've done, we can't just go back to normal. You can't just do those things and say that it was all a big misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding because you did what you did, and that's all there is to it. You called her an ugly old lady and criticized her for every single aspect that consists her as a person. You even went as far as to turn in a divorce paper without our permission.
I can explain that.
There's nothing to explain, honey. Doing something like that and making harmful posts on social media, you should know that none of that is okay. And it scares me that you don't have the moral capacity to understand things like that. I'm sorry, but I can't be your father anymore.
What do you mean you can't be my father? You are my father.
No, I have no intention of splitting with Lori. So you can go ahead and live with your mother. It seems like your mother wants that too, so I'm sure she'll welcome you over at her place.
No, I want to live with you, Daddy. You know that Mommy can't afford to raise me. She doesn't even work.
I have no intention to pay for your college tuition, but I'll give your mother the money that she needs to raise you until high school graduation. Make sure to finish packing up by tomorrow so you can move out.
Daddy, please don't do this to me. I don't want to move in with Mommy.
I'm gonna hand the phone back to Lori, so make sure you apologize for everything.
Hey, Tori. It's Lori.
I'm so sorry for everything I've said and done to you. Please, just let this slide this once. I need to live with my dad. Please convince him. My whole future plan is going to collapse if I end up moving out.
No can do. Sorry. You should have apologized before everything got out of hand. You're already 18, aren't you? And you keep talking about your future plans to become Miss America. But you should know that the institution isn't stupid, and they can see right through your lies.
Why would they be able to see through my lies?
It's easy. I'm one of the judges.
What?
I've been a judge for about a decade now. I met your father at the event when he came as a representative of one of the sponsoring companies.
How have I not heard about this now?
I'm sorry, but now that I know what kind of person you are and the lies about all of your stories, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ban you from the competition as a judge. I mean, I may not be a judge by the time you apply, but I'll sure be very descriptive about who you are and what you've done.
I can't believe this. You're one of the judges?
Yes, but I don't think I'll ever judge you.
Wait, what do I need to do to have you make me win? This means that I have a connection that could possibly let me win, right? Thank God you're my mother.
Your mother is Julia, right?
I would never call someone like that my mother. Now that I think of it, she would never ever bother making me lunch the way you did for me.
Look at yourself, switching sides as soon as you feel that someone is no longer of use to you. You just keep giving me reasons as to why you shouldn't be able to compete and waste everyone else's time. We are strictly looking for empowered women with both impressive looks and mentalities, who we feel are competent to change the world. I really don't see you getting anywhere.
Please.
Carl and I had a long talk while you were gone, and the two of us came to the conclusion that your existence in our household is unhealthy for both of us. You hate me as a person, and I wouldn't be able to take being hated on for the rest of my life in my own house. Having you move out is the better option for all of us.
I'll love you as my mother from now on, I swear.
Do you really think that I can trust those words after everything? Seriously.
I'll be a whole person starting tomorrow, I swear.
I'm sorry, but there's no trust between us anymore, and I feel that it's going to end up being the better choice to go to Julia's place as well. I heard that your high school is pretty close to her house. And even though we won't be paying for your college tuition, there still are tons of college scholarships out there.
Please help me convince Dad. I need a college education.
You just want the name of a nice school on your resume, right? If you want to make dreams come true, then at least try to grab them yourself without shoving other people down a hole in the process.
But...
Become an amazing young lady that would make us regret ever banning you from the competition. I wish you the best of luck. Please pack up your things and be ready to move out by tomorrow.
Wait! Lori! Let's talk! Please, let's have a family meeting and discuss the future as a family. Please don't leave me at a dead end like this.
Tori's father and I never ended up forgiving her, and she ended up moving out of our house and going to live with her mother. Since her mother has horrible spending habits, Carl and I decided that we should hand it over to Tori monthly. After that, I heard that Tori was unable to save up for college or focus on her GPA, and ended up finding a job after high school graduation. Apparently, Julia is also trying to re-enter society and find a job, so I hope the two are able to learn how to care for others through this experience.